Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I am here to pull some cards and share some guidance for this week ahead. That's this week starting Monday the 19th of April through till Sunday the 25th of April 2021. So welcome. Extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. If you're new to watching, welcome. Please let us know if you are new. I'm coming to you live now from Tasmania, Australia. It is Monday the 19th of April here at exactly 10:02 a.m. So welcome. Let's say hello to those of you who are commenting. I'll say hello in a minute so you can get typing and say hello. I'll give you a shout out in a second. Before I do, this is what I will be doing today. I am using my combined Speed of Light Oracle cards with my Animal Kingdom, obviously my favourite deck. I use these all the time for my readings that I do, my email readings, for the weekly guidance, for my personal. I use my cards personally too. Everything that I share and everything that I create, I use myself. I don't want to be a hypocrite. And I certainly, it's really important to me to walk my talk. So I practice and work things out myself and then share them with you. So I use this card not only all the time in my weekly guidance, but also personally and with the work I do. So it's a combined deck, 110 cards. 2 decks joined together, and I'll be using these cards to find the best cards for this week ahead for the majority of us. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is not individual guidance just for you or someone else. This is for all of us. So I trust completely that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something that comes through in the cards will support you at this time and especially for the week ahead. So as always, please take on board what feels right, what resonates, and what fits into your life easily at this time and as the week progresses. If it doesn't make sense or it's not really appropriate or applicable for you, then that's okay. Just let it go, because I'm sure it's meant for someone else. So let's say hello in the comments and then we'll get started. So Madison's here. Hi, Madison. Hello, Ashwin and Nicolette. Welcome. Good morning, Judy, and Patricia's from England. Hello, Maria, and Nadine's here, and Colleen, hello. Hi, Joanne, and Bettina from Brisbane. We've got Kenya here. Hi, Kenya. Hi, Christine and Walter. Patricia says it's 1:02 a.m. in England. Are you up late or are you up early? See, it could be up early for me because I've been known to go to bed and then get up at 1 o'clock. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So I trust you get some sleep soon. Hi, Michelle and Vi. Welcome. Hi, Maria and Leanne and Kathy. Jodie's here from Missouri and Morag is here. Hi, Morag. Hello, Catherine from Michigan and Amanda. We've got Sam here. Thank you. Kenya's from VA. I don't know, where is that, Virginia? I'm not really sure of the symbols for your states mostly. Hi, Dina. Hi, Lisa. And Elizabeth is from Alabama. Hello, Simone and Laura, Michelle. Stephanie's here from the US. We've got Colleen from Nova Scotia. Hi, Lawrence and Josephine. Patricia. Dina's from Michigan. Linda's from Arizona, I think. Hello, Margie. Victoria's from Indiana. We've got Nancy from Nevada. We've got Tammy's here from Colorado. It looks like everyone's here. We've got Susie. Hi, Susie. And Savitri from Trinidad. And we've got Summer here. Everyone's here by the look of it, so we're ready to go. So let's get started. While I'm shuffling, let's do a little recap of last week's theme. In fact, last week's cards were very much on point for me personally. And remember our theme last week, we had the stellar cycle, which talked about the long term, the 1 year, and we had the overlapping worlds. card as well. So this talked about last week, there were some really important things, really important decisions we needed to make or changes we needed to apply. Things that happened last week were set to have a long-term effect for us. So big changes or things that we did or things that we put into place that would have a long-term rest of the year or even longer-term effect or results for us. So there were big things happening last week, important, serious, big things. So this week is now our focus, and I'm shuffling the cards. And I'm holding the intention as I shuffle to look for the best cards that the majority of us need for this whole week ahead. I'll be laying the cards out intuitively, so I'm not doing one card per day necessarily, although sometimes that happens. I'm really going to trust my intuition. So the best cards that the majority of us need for this week ahead, Monday 19th till Sunday the 25th of April 2021, are these. And I always split my deck, and I'm going to lay my cards out in an arc or arch rainbow. That's the feeling, because as I shuffle I get a feeling or a visual in my head, in my mind's eye, about the layout, which is always important. Sometimes it's a letter or a shape, so I'm doing a rainbow which has got 6 cards, and then we're going to put 2 down in the middle. So we have an arch with 2 cards at the bottom. So let's turn these over. We've got equal amounts of cards, 4 of each type at this stage. We have a dragon that's come up for this week, and 1 featured card, which is the lizard. The lizard has further instructions here, which say to take the 3rd card from the top of the deck. So I grab my deck. We just go down 1, 2, 3 to this card here, which is the Black Panther, which we saw last week. So those 2 cards have come up together for a reason. We'll get to that later, because that's probably for the weekend. So let's start. We're starting off the week with the turtle, card 45. And the turtle down here says slow and steady. So it looks like most of us are potentially starting the week in a slow and steady pace. We might find that we want to conserve our energy. We might want to pace ourselves so that we don't wear ourselves out or, dive in too quickly on Monday. So there is this sense of pacing ourselves and working with that pace. So if we can find a pace that works for us, we'll probably find it lasts quite long, so most of the day. If we sort of put all of our eggs in one basket at the beginning of the day, we might find ourselves quite exhausted quite quickly. So there is this feeling, this general feeling on Monday of pacing ourselves and finding our steady pace that works for us and what we have to do and what we have to accomplish and the obligations that we are responsible for. So what slow and steady pace can you set for yourself on Monday and allow yourself to see that through? It feels like we'll have the stamina for a slow and, or not necessarily slow, but more of a steady pace that we find for ourselves personally, depending on how we feel in our body, depending on what we have to do as well. So let's be okay to move at a steady pace on Monday. So it might be a great productive day. We might not have big bursts of energy, like a big burst and then a flattened sort of, it might not be like that mostly on Monday. So we might find that we can actually achieve quite a lot just by slowly and steadily committing to and focusing on what it is that we're doing. So, let's see how we go. So that's for Monday, the turtle. Slow and steady, but not necessarily slow. Mainly steady, finding our steady pace. And then let's move over into Tuesday. So we're talking about Tuesday, the 20th of April. And this is a koala. It's card 52. It is a featured card, but the instructions say to meditate, to reflect, and to ponder. So the koala says ponder, slow, quiet, grandfather, and wait. So there is a slower pace that's coming in potentially for Tuesday. We might find that the steady pace and the fairly good productive energy that we have on Monday that is slow and that is steady, a steady pace that, we might find on Monday we don't really procrastinate much, but we just focus, and that focus, that steady focus, helps us achieve or get a lot of things done. And it almost feels like that's required. Some things are required to get done on Monday so that we can make time potentially on Tuesday for a slower pace. So this does feel potentially slower. We might be in waiting mode where we're waiting for information, we're waiting for news, and that can be a little bit irritating and agitating as we get a bit impatient, waiting for the outcome or waiting for this information. But we're being encouraged to be okay, to wait, to find the patience that we need. And I remind myself, if I get a little impatient about something, to trust in perfect timing. So the information will come when the timing is right. So in the meantime, what can I do? Do I need to rest? Do I need to reflect? Do I need to ponder? Does my body need some downtime or some self-care? Are there tasks that need to be done while I'm waiting? So waiting, a bit of a slower, quieter energy around potentially for Tuesday. So see how you go there. Then we move into Wednesday and we have the Water Dragon. Very exciting. It's card 24. And the Water Dragon says to dive into new depths. So the Water Dragon, there's 5 dragons in this deck of 110. And the dragons to me are the most powerful cards in the deck. So this brings the dragon, that's the guardian, if you like, of the water element. So this is a powerful card to have around Wednesday, the 21st of April. And this is especially aligned with the water element. So the water element, I think about emotions, feeling, depth, the feminine sort of energy too, also creativity can also tie into that watery element. And a lot of us might feel on Wednesday that we want to dive deeper into something, dive deeper into ourselves, deeper into a situation or a problem that we may be facing that we might need more information on. So where do we need to dive or drop a little deeper on Wednesday to get more information or more insight? We might find going deeper includes maybe for us a time of meditation where we can go deeper into, exploring that in a more intuitive, meditative way. So maybe meditation might be good for some of us, especially early on Wednesday, while that quieter energy is probably still flowing through. So there is power, it feels like, with this card. So it feels like accessing our personal power too, our courage, our confidence, our ability to keep going, to keep ourselves motivated and strong on Wednesday. Okay, so then Thursday, and I feel like I want to grab these 2 cards for Thursday. So we've got Expression and we've got Buffalo Woman. So let's talk about expression first. This is card 31, Expression, and it says communication, listen, share, deliver, and trust. So there might be something, especially on Thursday, so this is the 22nd of April, that needs to be expressed, that needs to be shared, needs to be spoken. I hope I haven't frozen. It just looks fine on my end, Joanne, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it's okay. If not, come back to the replay if you can hear me. So there might be something we need to express, something we need to share. Now, this may be something we need to speak. There may be a conversation that needs to be said. There may be words that need to be spoken. There may be things that we know that we have to say that we've been putting off or getting clarity on, so we can deliver those words as powerfully, honestly, and openly as possible. This card doesn't only talk about words, though. It can, if there's something we need to say. But for some of us too, it might be expressing ourselves in a different way. Maybe through something creative, maybe through writing or expression, movement, any really form of expression. Expression really is getting that inner energy out. So getting that bottled up emotion, that bottled up thoughts, that bottled up words, or things that we have inside that we've been bottling up, that have been brewing and bottling, and we've been stewing and stressing over inside. Maybe it feels like the bottle breaking potentially on Thursday. So that stuff we've been bottling up, how can we break it? How can we let it out on Thursday in a safe way? So if it's coming out as anger, let's express that anger in a constructive way, not in a way that's destructive or harmful for ourselves or others. So let's let the bottle, in meaning that stuff we've been bottling up inside, let's let it break on Thursday. Let's let ourselves express that in a way that is safe and constructive. And we can trust in what we need to deliver. So let's get clear on what it is first, if we need to. And also for Thursday, we have the Buffalo Woman, which is card 4. Okay. Thank you, Joanne. Sorry, I have a giggle because I think I just paused to read. Card 4, Buffalo Woman. It says talents, gifts, skills, and recognition. So this is about something that we've been doing. A skill, a talent, a gift, maybe some hard work that something we've been working on, and that we've been encouraged to recognise on Thursday. Now, we might get outside recognition, but we may not. It's likely a recognition that we find or feel within ourselves for the hard work and the effort that we've put in, for the talents, the skills, the gifts that we've been working really hard behind the scenes to develop or to advance or to improve. So recognising those things personally feels to be important. It's like a personal reward, if you like, personal encouragement, so that we can continue to keep going. Let's not expect recognition or expect support or expect rewards from other people, because other people may not see it. We're all in our own little world. So let's recognise the hard work we're putting in ourselves to help give us the encouragement to keep going. So our talents, gifts, our skills, and recognising those on Thursday as well. So then we move into Friday. We have the Wolf again. Card 20. This is for the 23rd, actually, the 23rd of April, and it's card 48, the Wolf. I'm pretty sure the Wolf came up last week. It says to secure those boundaries. Secure those boundaries. So let's pay attention on Friday of where we're giving our power away, where we're giving our energy away, our focus and our attention away to. Is it external things that we're thinking about or giving our power away to? And if so, how can we bring that attention back to what's really important? Can we tend to the things that are important to us, rather than thinking about or investing time and energy and giving our power away to things that are out of our hands or out of our control? You know, if we find ourselves complaining about other people or complaining about the choices other people are making in their lives and giving our power to those sorts of things, then we are giving our power away. So how can we reel that in? I see us reeling in some fishing lines, some fishing rods, we call them here in Australia at least. I feel us reeling our energy in on Friday and really bringing it in and sort of putting a bit of a wall up around ourselves. Not a wall to hide behind, but a wall to keep ourselves protected and safe, but also keep our personal energy nice and high and positive and clear. So let's make sure we're not giving our power away at the moment, but especially on Friday. How can we bring it in? How can we bring our energy in closer to our home, our relationships, ourselves, our life? And it's interesting. So I feel it, I can see it visually, like we're pulling in these lines, all these lines we've got out, all these fishing lines, and pulling them all in. And it's almost like packing up like sandbags around us to prepare ourselves so we don't get flooded out with the waters that want to rise somehow. So it's interesting. So there's a lot of watery energy around in this visual that I'm seeing. So this talks about our emotional investment in other things that may have nothing to do with us. They're not important. So let's rein it in, especially on Friday, and protect ourselves, protect our home, protect our relationships, protect our family. Interesting. So that's for Friday. Let's think about securing our boundaries and seeing how that fits for us. So that's the end of the rainbow, the arch that I've laid the cards out in. Now we move into the weekend. And the first card for the weekend, I want to bundle the weekend up together. So we're looking at the 24th and the 25th of April. So as we move into the weekend, you'll be able to see where these apply. They might apply across the weekend, or you may find little bits and pieces sticking up and sticking out as you move through the weekend. So this is the Fox. This is the first card I want to talk about for the whole weekend. It's card 8, and the Fox says to find a way. So this is about finding a way to carve out this new path for ourselves. It might require us speaking up and expressing ourselves this week. It may require us pulling or reining in our energy and our attention and our power that we've been giving away. It may require us to take action, to set a plan, a course for ourselves. What's the next step going to be? We don't have to have all the steps planned out from A to Z. We may just want to look at, okay, what's A and B for now? And then when we get to B, what's step C? What's step D? And then we might find things to start to sort of fill in as we start getting the ball rolling and as we start moving in the direction that we're going. Getting through one day at a time. So let's find a way through the obstacle, but especially finding a way to carve out this new path for ourselves. Is this self-belief we need? Is it action we need to take? What is it that you require? What do you need to do to carve out this path for yourself? It's there. It's waiting on the sidelines for us to step up and step out and start walking it. Like pioneers walking into uncharted territory. And a lot of us are doing that at the moment. Walking on new ground. Okay, also for the weekend, the 24th and 25th, we have these two cards. So if you're watching from the beginning, the lizard came up at the start and it's a featured card, so it came up with the Black Panther. So we've got these two cards also, excuse me, also for the weekend. So it's sometime over the weekend. So this is the Lizard card 3. It's quite popular lately. It says optimism, appearances, delusion, and illusion. So this card especially talks about looking deeper at something. And we talked about that a bit with the water dragon for Wednesday. You know, dropping deeper into something. This is also applies here with the lizard. So the lizard wants us or reminds us to be careful of taking things at face value. You know, sometimes things are said, we take it personally, and then we think that, whatever personal about it, but it may not be so much on the surface than what we're seeing it or what we're thinking. Maybe if we're looking at a car, we might want to look under the bonnet. If we're wanting to sign a contract this week, especially over the weekend, then let's look at the fine print. Now, it's not saying don't go ahead, but this card is just a little bit of a warning to look deeper, that we need more information, especially over this weekend. So what more information do we need? Is it something we need from others? Is it something we need to sit with and feel for ourselves? We're encouraged to drop deeper under the surface of something that's been presented on the surface. There may be a need to let go of something that once we get more information, it may be like, actually, this is not really a path I want to go down. And that's okay if that's what we decide. If we have more information and we decide, hey, yep, I have all the information now, I still want to commit to this, then great, then let's commit. So it's going to be up to us. In many ways, it's a choice. So if we ignore looking underneath the surface, we may find that there's a glitch or something a little later, which is not going to be the end of the world either if we miss it. So let's especially keep this in mind for the weekend, to look under the surface. Now, this is connected with this card, which is the Black Panther. I'm going to talk about this card on its own first. It's card 30 and it says to find acceptance. Pretty sure this card came up for last week's reading too, where we were being encouraged to find acceptance with something that we're struggling to accept the reality of. Can we accept the reality of the more information that we're getting? Can we be okay to walk away from something if the information we gather by looking deeper or asking more questions is not what we want? Can we let that go and accept that this is the way it is and move on from that? Or we could look at this from another angle. Can we accept this further information we've found and continue moving forward with this? So acceptance feels to be a bit of a key here in the choice that we need to make this weekend. And it's likely a personal choice. What do we want to do? How do we want to proceed? And it's likely connected with our life's path, finding a way and carving out this new path for ourselves. And I see this visual of us carving out this new path, but carving it right down deep into the earth. So not just tiptoeing on the surface, ducking and weaving under the weeds and the branches. No, carving into the earth, cutting down the trees and the obstacles, the weeds that are in our way. Are we prepared to do that? Are we prepared to go deeply and drop deeper into our life's path? Are we willing and ready to make that commitment? So, they are the cards for this week. I am also going to pull a card for the theme for this week too, so I'll do that in a second. Before I do, thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. If you would love to learn more about me and the work I do at Temple of Balance, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. If you get a lot out of these videos and you would love to support my work so I can keep bringing them out to you, then please have a look on my website and see if there's anything you're interested in purchasing. I have meditations for a couple of dollars. You can order a deck of Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. I do spirit guide drawings, create pendants. I've got some new ceramics out too, actually, at the moment, which I just released this week, so you can have a look at that. And I've also got my next online art class happening on Saturday the 8th of May. So if you're interested in that, we're going to create a piece of artwork around accomplishment, which is sort of very appropriate at the moment. They always seem to be. So have a look on my website if you'd love to learn more or explore my work further. So I'm looking now for the theme card for this week. This is probably the most important card that we can talk about for this week ahead. It will help us see the bigger picture and help bring these days and this week together. So what do we need to know about the bigger picture? What do we need to know about the theme? This is the thing, isn't it, when you've got long-haired cats? You seem to find cat hair everywhere. So I can feel it on my lips, a piece of cat hair. So anyway, the best card for the theme for this week, 19th to the 25th of April 2021, is this card. It's a Speed of Light Oracle. And it's this. We have not seen this card for a while. It's card 26 called Filters. And this could be very interesting this week. It says beliefs, cancel, delete, clarity, and awareness. So beliefs, cancel, delete, clarity, awareness for our theme this week. This represents the rose-coloured glasses. Now this is very interesting because I've talked about the dragon, the water dragon, going to new depths, dropping into depths, diving into new depths. We've talked about the lizard looking past the surface, getting more information, asking the questions. This card is about the rose-coloured glasses that we've been wearing. So how we see things around us, how we see people, situations, even ourselves, through these rose-coloured glasses. Now, they're not always rose-coloured. Sometimes these glasses are extremely distorted or distorting, because basically they're filtering how we see things, how we perceive things, filtering them through our own wounds and issues. Our own fear is bringing these types of people and situations that we are seeing through these distorted, potentially distorted glasses. This may be confronting this week, that we may be challenged to take off these distorted glasses, these rose-coloured glasses. You know, it's interesting, isn't it? When we are younger, I've noticed, we might have our sights set on, say, a car that we love, our first car or our second car or something, and we love it. It looks great. It goes fast. It's the brand and the model we want. So we see this car, we see this thing through rose-coloured glasses. And it makes us really oblivious, probably, to asking more questions and looking underneath that surface, which is everything that I've been talking about, especially for this weekend. So let's find the courage to take off our rose-coloured or distorting glasses this week. Let's have the courage to face and see how things really are, how things truly are. We may find our beliefs challenged this week. My thoughts on beliefs are that beliefs are usually things that we are told, or things that we believe, maybe based on our past experiences. And they tend to be set in stone, our beliefs. So we tend to want to defend our beliefs, and they govern, or they underline, they are sometimes the foundations of how we live our life, how we interact in our relationships. We might believe that this type of person is a cheater or something. So then we have those distorting glasses on that make us see all these people that we think are the same as this past experience that we've had, and we put all these people into that one basket. So we're wearing those distorting glasses, though we're filtering, we're not seeing what's really going on or how that person really is based on our beliefs. So we will want to tend to defend our beliefs. We will feel uncomfortable when our beliefs are threatened. And that, compared to our truth, I find our truth tends to be more flexible. Our truth tends to evolve with us. So as we grow and evolve, our truths should, from what I've noticed and experienced myself, our truths should also evolve and grow and change. What I feel and what my truth is about something today may change tomorrow, and I am open to that evolving and changing. When they become rigid and stuck and set in stone, they become more of a belief, and they can be more of a problem, because they do tend to, it is like us wearing those distorting glasses. So let's have the courage this week to look at what we're believing to be true, because it may not actually be true. Let's have the courage to take off our distorting or our rose-coloured glasses. Let's have the courage to look beneath the surface, to ask the questions, to challenge ourselves, to maybe even really push ourselves, to have the courage to reel and rein our energy back in, and bring it a little closer to home. Focus on the things that are important, that are closer to us, that are more in our vicinity, rather than stressing out about something that's happening elsewhere, and giving a lot of attention and worry to that. It's not in our hands. It's not in our control. So we might find that we don't want to drain ourselves this week. So there may be things we want to delete. There may be things that we want to cancel and remove from our life this week. So let's have the courage to really see, and let's not forget the last word, awareness. So, we could walk through this week being oblivious to that and seeing everyone else has the problem. So let's be aware this week. Let's own and be responsible for our role in how things are distorting or how things are playing out around us. I feel like there's a lot potentially this week. It feels quite jam-packed, and it feels like it's potentially quite confronting week. Looking at our beliefs is always confronting because it challenges us. A big example of this is when we realize we're living a lie. And that's very ouchy. So that's the type of energy that comes in when we honestly look at our beliefs and we look at the things that are beneath the surface. How do we really feel about this? Are we actually living a lie? And if we are, what can we do about it? So that's the type of energy around that I'm feeling. So see how you go. And we might actually really like a slow and steady and quieter pace Monday and Tuesday, because it feels like it's probably going to be full on after that. So I trust this resonates. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll come back and connect with the recording, the replay later, just to get your bearings through the week. As things happen, they're going to make more sense, what I've said. Thank you. Happy birthday, happy anniversary if you're celebrating, and keep an eye out for more videos this week, and I'll be back next Monday for the weekly guidance. Take care of yourself, and goodbye for now. Namaste. Goodbye.